Hello everyone, we are at the Star Ladder Finals, and here with me, Envy, EternalEnvy. Envy, say hi.
Hello.
First of all, I wanna know how did you get into esports? What game you played before, and how long you played Dota?
I was always really good at games, and I was like a fanboy of like Kuroki and like Merlinier and stuff like that. So I really respected the pro gamers. So I always kind of wanted to be doing something like that. But I was doing really well in school at one point, and I was doing engineering. I was doing decent, pretty well. But the more I watched like StarCraft, like Jadon, Flash, like the more the people like that play, like StarCraft and StarCraft 2 and Dota 2. The more I hated school. Like the more games I watched, the more I realized like that's not what I want to do. So I realized that like in order for me to be happy, I have to make sure that I try this at least, and if I fail, then at least be like, at least I tried it, so I don't have to think about it anymore. Or else I'll always be like my life could have been different, and I don't want to have that regret. And I was always really good in the games. Like when I was a little kid, I was like 14. I like all the in-house leagues that all the other pro players played. I always was like top 30 or whatever. And then I start like in some of the MMOs I played, I was really really good, like in PvP. And Han was actually what made my confidence go up, because my rank, like the more I played, the higher my rank got. And at one point I was rank 1 on the ladder, and I was really good mid, and everyone thought I was really good. But I quit Han for school. I only played Han during summer vacation, and I was on a not pro team, because there's no pro teams back then. But I was on like a pro team, and I did really well. So I missed doing that during school. So I went pro Dota 2.
Okay. What do parents think of it? Do them support you in your profession?
So I knew that they wouldn't support me when I decided to do this. So I already had everything planned out, like from all the rent envelopes I get. Like it's like money in Chinese. Like I never use any money. I don't go outside. So I had enough money to live 1 year, even if they kick me out of the house. So I told them, I didn't really give them an option. I told them like my plans. I was like, all right, there's only 2 options. Either you guys kick me out of the house and I live for 1 year alone and I try to do this, or you let me do it here. You don't kick me out, and I still do this. And like my mom was really really upset. My dad was like, he was pretty upset too, but he knew that I had to do this. My mom didn't really understand, and of course once the money came in, then they liked it. But for like 2 years, it was really bad. Yeah.
Okay, how much you practicing now alone and with your team? How much you practice in pubs? And okay, it's all about.
For playing Dota, scrims we try to play every day, but sometimes you just can't find scrims. We usually start at like 17 CET and end at like we either end when the last official ends, or we end when there's no one to play. So usually 22. This is not that much scrims. Sometimes we start 16 and go to 22. If the officials sometimes go to 24, so we play at 24. But for pubs, sometimes I don't play at all, and usually I play like the one day I don't play any, and then one day I play like 4, and one day I play like 10. And sometimes when we don't scrim at all, I play like 20. I actually think I play the most pubs of any pro player.
What is your favorite hero?
Terrorblade.
Yeah. Okay, I'm forgetting for ask you, what does your nickname mean?
It's anime related. Like I regret this name. It's too long, so signing is really hard, and it sounds kind of silly. I got from this anime called Fullmetal Alchemist, where there's one dude who's called Envy, and he lived for a very very long time, and he was always envious, so it was EternalEnvy.
At this tournament, you have a nickname, Lost in Abyss. What does it mean?
Oh, it's a song I listen to. But it should have been Crumbling, because I was listening to Crumbling this tournament the whole time. Yeah.
What can you say about Bond 7's problem? Have you known about it, or it was a surprise for you?
It was a surprise. It's kidney stones, normal. It shows up, you have pain.
He didn't feel the pain before?
No. He felt the pain when he came. Yeah.
When you find out that Bond 7 can't play this tournament, which players you consider it to replace?
We considered Exists, which is some pub player that Fata likes. I consider ARS, but he had no passport. So then we're like, okay, there's no one that speaks English, and we were running out of time. So we're like, okay, we need to invite someone from Russia because they live closer, and we have time to discuss strategies and practice the heroes we want to practice. So we decided we were trying to get Solo and Resolution because they speak English pretty well, but the Resolution doesn't play offlane, and a Solo plays the heroes I want, like that not many offlaners play right now. But then they had to boot camp, so instead we got Meg, and Meg was really good. Yeah.
Why did you pick him always Centaur? Why did you pick for him always Centaur?
Why did we pick him?
Why did you always pick Centaur?
Oh,
for
Centaur.
him? Yes,
Well,
sorry,
when you play with a stand-in, for every new hero you give him, you have to learn how he plays. So we're like, fuck that. Like we know how he plays Centaur, so he's playing Centaur, and we know what he's gonna do. It's easier for us to play, and it's easier for him as well because he has to think about the team. But when he's playing a hero he's played so many times, like he's comfortable with, like he can think more about, he can have more time thinking about the team. And that hero is just a stable hero. You can always first to him, and I had nothing else to pick, so I was like, fuck it, let's pick it. Like,
everyone in Russia said that you have a strange item builds. Why do you buy, for example, at Necrophos, Rod of Ethos first item, or Skadi for Trexis, or how she names the Ranger?
Usually I don't really explain my item builds because I don't like people knowing why I do stuff. Obviously I do it because I think it's really good. I don't do it just for show. I'll explain the Draw Ranger one though. I think that game I could have only won Butterfly or Scotty. The reason to why I usually get Scotty is because when I play Draw Ranger, if you look at the end game kill score, I have the highest farm usually, but I don't have the highest damage. You actually don't do much damage when you play Draw Ranger. The people who do the most damage is usually my mid player, or usually it's AUI of the Visage. So the only thing I want to do is make sure they do damage, so I have to tank. But to tank, you go Scotty. And the second issue is that when you pick Drow Visage, you have two heroes that don't really have disables, or when Visage disables, he loses damage, so he doesn't want to disable. So you try to get him as much disables as possible, and you can stack Frost arrows and Scotty if you switch it. And yeah, I want it to be tanky so my team can finish him off. I think Butterfly might have been better, but I'm not too sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about your last game. You played versus Evil Genius. Third game, at the start of game, something went wrong at top, and you lost this game. Is that fit was the main reason for loss, or maybe something else?
I think the first game, if I played really well, we would have won. I don't think I played well that game. Or like I played normal and then I fucked up once and it was really bad. Like I died bottom. I thought we could do something, but they had like 5 heroes there, and then we lost Roshan. That was like, and then later on that game, I think when I had Butterfly, we would have won with the smoke gank. But I sundered Magnus. That wasn't really a choke though, the second one, because I was spamming my Sunder, and then Magnus, he ran into my Sunder, like so I was like, shit. And if we won the fight there, I think we would have won the game. The dirt game, I think we actually outpicked them. I think if we played well, they would have lost for sure. The top lane shouldn't be that bad. We got caught off by the smoke, which is really stupid because we knew it was coming. And Pai played really cocky, and then he died. And I popped meta to help him. And on a new TB, if you pop metamorphosis, you lose 30 movement speed, and so you can't do anything. You just die. So that was GG. We almost came back. We kind of like it was hard. It was still really hard for them. If we didn't mess up, we can still kind of win from there. But that's why we think we all picked them. But
who you think is gonna win this tournament?
I think Secret's gonna win. I think EG they play a lot of push, and Secret know how to stop pushes. If EG bans ET and Wisp though, I think they can win.
Okay, thank you for the interview. I wish you all good things in the future with your team. And do you want to say something for your fans who supported you?
Shout out to all my fans in Ukraine. I didn't know there was that many. And shout out to my sponsors, my organization, Cloud9, my team, HyperX, Alienware, Need for Seats. I should know. I think I'm gonna watch. All right, Logitech G series. How did I even forget that? Okay, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.